Hello, hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? And are you sure? Okay, here we go. So, I'm on the beach, listening to music right now, and I'm just processing life, different stages of my life. I'm reflecting. And during these stages of my life, I think about music, basically. Music. Music was always a part of my life, has always been a part of my life. That's just been how it has been for as long as I can remember. My first album that I got was what I recall Frosty the Snowman on vinyl. And of course I got it during the Christmas time, and I was happy and excited because it was a vinyl record, you know? I loved vinyl when I was a kid, when I was a child. That was one of my first vinyl records, that one. The next album after that Frosty the Snowman, I went into my sister's room and I borrowed one of her albums. And there was this guy that was on a bike, on a motorcycle. And there was this girl that was looking out the window down at him while he was sitting on this motorcycle, purple motorcycle. He was wearing this blouse, curly hair, and it just really caught my attention. And I put on the album, side A, of course, and the first thing I heard was organ sound. And then he goes, "Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to get through this thing called life. Electric word life, that means forever. It's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness where you can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that trick in Beverly Hills," and it goes into the music, let's go crazy. When I tell you my eyes opened wide when I heard that organ, when I heard that intro, my eyes opened wide. And I got this rush that came over me. And I was 7 years old. Talk about an eye-opener. Now, the crux of what I'm about to speak on is this. You cannot copy what other people have done. You can use them as a blueprint, but you cannot copy what they have done. You have to do you. You have to be yourself. And one of the things I always hated when it came to artists and musicians or them talking about this, oh, I'm the next this, I'm the next that. Fuck you. You will never be Prince. You will never be another Steely Dan. You will never be another Whitney Houston. You will never be something that you are not. You have to be yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to go down your path. That is for you. And if that's music, great. Awesome. Do you. But I do not like when people compare themselves to another fucking artist. I'm going to talk to you like this. A prime example. Current day. You have people that say that Brandy is Whitney Houston, is the next Whitney Houston. There will never be another Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was in a genre and a class all her own. Now that's not knocking Brandy down. I like Brandy. Brandy has an amazing voice. But then so does Jasmine Sullivan. But you can tell the difference between Brandy and Jasmine Sullivan. There may be some things that are comparable, but you can tell the difference between Brandy and Jasmine Sullivan, just like you can tell the difference between Brandy and Whitney Houston. Just like you can tell the difference between Jasmine Sullivan and Whitney Houston. Now I'm going to give you another one. Ledisi. Ain't nobody out there that sounds like Ledisi. Nobody. Nobody that can do what she does. That's talent. That is skill. And that is a passion. And you can read that in everything that she has done over the course of her tenure in the music game. There will never be anybody like Prince. I do not care how many instruments you play, how talented you are at playing those instruments. You will never be like Prince. That's not going to happen. Never. And then even comparing yourself to someone like Prince, that just tells me that you want to be seen in the likeness of somebody else that already came here, did their thing, and is no longer here. You want to be the next one. You will never be the next one. You understand that? You will never be the next one. You have to be yourself. And what radiated about Prince was his talent, his artistry, his creativity, his respect for music, his love and his passion for music. You gotta have those qualities within you. And his personality and his character was unmatched. Nobody, and I mean nobody, could ever compare themselves to Prince and what he has done in the music game over the course of time that he had here on this earth. And trust and believe he was not done. That's why he has an archive. That is why he has a vault of music that he created over the course of his life to sustain and last for a long period of time. You cannot even use people, musicians, in the same manner that another artist used those musicians to try to copy what they've done. There was an individual that was a part of a group. They were siblings. And I'm not even going to say this person's name. And this is no disrespect. This is me calling out what I saw, what I noticed, what I picked up on. He used and or called on the talents of Sonny T, Michael B, and Tommy B, Sonny Thompson, Michael Bland, Tommy Barbarella, trying to recreate a sound that was not his, to even try to do that. And it was very, very sad and disheartening to see that happening. But I already know what it was. I saw exactly what it was. Sonny T, Michael B, Tommy B, y'all went in there, you did your thing. Your talent was seen and recognized, no matter who you're playing alongside of. But you can always tell the real from those that are trying to copy and be fake. Now, this is not saying that that individual does not have talent and or gifts. No, that's me saying that person was trying to ride the wave of somebody else that came here and did it a hell of a lot better than them. And instead of striving for their excellence, and this is a lot of people in this world, instead of striving for their excellence and doing what it is that they do best and finding their niche, they want to copy somebody else's wave and or follow somebody else's wave and think that they're going to get the same success, the same status, be seen in the same light as somebody else, and you're not. You're not. I'm going to give you another example that hits home. There are people out here in this world that believe that transgender individuals, that they are copying women, that they want to be women, they want to be female, and they want to be seen and viewed as a woman, just as any other female out there in the world. That's not true. First of all, I'm a bi-gender woman. That's first and foremost. Two, I'm natural. Me. Organic. Natural in who I am. I know who I am. I like who I am. I respect who I am. I love who I am. Three, I know that I will never be female. I may be a bi-gender female if I decide to go through with surgery, but that's not me. That's not what I want. It's the same thing when you look at a female. A female has what they have, right? But a lot of the females, they're going to plastic surgeons to get this done, that done. They're going overseas to get this work done, to get this work done. And they don't want to be natural. And they're copying what a lot of transgender women have done over the years to make themselves more comfortable as who they feel they are and believe they are inside. They're making the exterior match what is going on up here, what they're feeling up here. That's why they were going and getting these surgeries. And some of these surgeries they were getting were done illegally, meaning they were not able to go through the proper channels to get the work done that they had to, that they needed to get done. There's a difference. A lot of the females, they don't need to get the work done. They want to get the work done. And they want to get the work done because they're competing. Transgender individuals, and not all of them, but some of them, they go and get the work done to feel more comfortable in their bodies, not necessarily to compete. And if they are competing, they're competing with other transgender women, not with females. You with me? See, that's what a lot of people don't get. They want to call out transgender women and say all these negative things about them, but then females are going and doing the same things that transgender women have done, and they're copying not only the lingo, the style, the sassiness of homosexuals as well too. So, even within the TGLB community, there are people outside that hate and or dislike those within the TGLB community, but they copy what we do and then talk shit about us behind our backs. Now, going back to the music, there are individuals that hate and or dislike black, melanated individuals, but they copy what they have done in their careers that have made them popular and successful because they want that for themselves. They are copying what naturally they have crafted, honed, worked on. That's them. That's who they are. I'm going to go to another demographic. Now, you have, of course, melanated individuals, black individuals, right, that have natural features that other individuals have gone and paid money to copy. Yet they'll talk crap about those same natural individuals. That happens as well too. But in their circle, in their community, when they go and get this work done, they're seen as, beautiful, sexy, attractive. Men find them beautiful, sexy, attractive. But let me tell you this. It doesn't matter what your race, your age, your sexuality. People can see and tell the real from the fake. It doesn't matter if you're a transgender woman. People will know if you're authentically being you or if you're being a copycat. If you're a female, people will know if you're being you or if you're being a copycat. If you're a homosexual, people will know if you're being you or you're being a copycat. If you're a straight male, people will know if you're being you or if you're being a copycat. People know the real from the fake. Doesn't matter who you are. That's why you gotta know who you are. You gotta like who you are, you gotta respect who you are, you gotta love who you are. And especially when it comes to music, people are able to tell the real from the bullshit. And I'm telling you, when it comes to music, it's a feeling, it's a vibe. It's just, it's a feeling, it's a vibe, it's raw. And you can tell the beginning stages of an artist, and they've worked their way. And I say artist, I want to say musician. A musician, a singer. You can tell from their beginning all the way to the end, all the work that they put in, how their craft, how who they are was just perfected. They perfected themselves over time. Over time. Even bands. I was listening to a mix yesterday rock music. ZZ Top, Boston, and I knew the lyrics. I knew the words to those songs, and I could hear the authenticity within those bands that is missing and lacking today. And I am so tired. I can tell the difference. I can hear it. I can feel it. And even I know these artists. I know these bands, these musicians. And it gives you a feeling, it gives you a rush. If you ain't got it, people are going to sense it, they're going to know it, and they're not going to be attracted to it. But when you got it, when you know who you are, you're playing your position, because that position was for you. It's for you. People know that. And here's the deal with positions. You can hold one position and then get promoted to a higher position, to another level. And I say positions, level. You can be on one level, start there, and then work your way up to the next level. You're seeing a lot of individuals that are going from the bottom all the way to the top, like that. And you can tell that it's forced. It's not organic. It's not real. Same thing goes, and I'm going to speak on this again, for transgender women, or bi-gender women. There's a level. There is a base that you start at, and then you work your way up the level. As you learn yourself, as you grow, as you become more comfortable with yourself, you start doing certain things that you just level up. You naturally level up. And you have a lot of individuals that they want to, oh, I'm transgender. Oh, I'm going to go get my breast done. I'm going to go get my bottom surgery. And they don't do the necessary work. Besides just the outside, the exterior. They don't do the internal work. And that is not going to work. Eventually, they're going to fail. They're going to succumb to whatever it is internally that they have not worked on. That's just one example. There are many, many more. I'm going to leave it at that for now. Hopefully you got something from this message. Gotta go. Bye.